Welcome everyone. I felt like a little bit the other gold video was not really a full representation of gold versus gold, but this is another really good representation of gold versus gold because some people will not believe me at all. So we are 7 second in the game already, and you can see this gold Mongol player sending only one villager. He's not doing anything. He's sending the villager to the stone, and after that back to the gold, while his villagers are idle. On the other side, the blue player didn't even send his scout out yet. He sent all of his villagers to the sheep, and that's it. So again, the reaction time, how fast you do something, is insanely important. His TC is still not deployed, right? It's gonna be like what, 20 something second. He didn't even realize that the TC was about to, put into a really wrong place. It took him 29 seconds to make the TC down, and he still didn't queue up a single villager. So again, these two players, both of them are gold. Both of them are gold. Still not a single villager in queue, where blue has a lot of villager in queue. You can see it. He is now queuing up villagers. So yeah, and I can tell you that this gamer, the Mongol gamer, is playing since season 6. So this is not even a new player. He's playing season 6, and the Knights Templar player is playing since season 8. So not really new players. Been playing for a few months already. So Knight Templar versus the Mongols. Two villager behind already. We can even say three villager behind house. Slowly they are making the decision as well. So you can see like kind of three villager ish, but not really. So the scouting is really important. Nice Templar player kind of knows the map, kind of knows where to go, how to scout it. The Mongol player knows some as well to have to check. Yeah, he knows he's just doing the casual corner to corner, which is fine. Knights Templar player finds some of the sheep, but sadly he did not scout it well in this corner because he was supposed to, like, let's check his view, switch to next player, and boom, look at that. He didn't even scout it here where there are more sheep. He could have get 4 extra sheep. While the Mongol player also doesn't have like a clear idea, a clear view of what to do, right? Because he just sent his TC into the like one of the most worst position. For some reason, his gear is here, not here on the main TC. Like, why would you put your gear so far away from main TC? And also, the TC is so far away. Look at how far away it is from the gold. Aging up with 11 villagers, which means, well, first of all, that's a waste of resources, right? Second of all, I understand you need the symmetry, but this much. So the Knight Templar player goes with the safe passage, and after that the Chevalier Confer, which is amazing. He's getting the Chevaliers and the Archer range. He killed all of his sheep. So why is it so good to kill all the sheep? So the villager movement doesn't bug out. Because there is, let's say, a little bit of weight that you can bug out your villagers, and they will just circle around the sheep. So at least he did a good job with not letting his villagers to bug out. This is really risky to do if you don't build a tower when you are playing against Mongol, because either Kashik or Mangudai can go there and just kill all those villagers. Archers are coming, but he didn't ready pointed his building. As you can see, he ready pointed the stable and not the archer range. I would say that if you are at the low league, you kind of need to use less hotkeys and be familiar with the less hotkeys than having way too many hotkeys. Because the biggest problem when I was actively coaching as well, some people use like 100 hotkeys or control groups and etc. And I was like, the guy control grouped literally everything 1 to 9, used 6 million hotkeys. I was like, why are you doing that? You are not even preparing to play a esport. You are just playing ranked games, right? And what actually helped him, that we reduced the amount of control groups and hotkeys he used by 50%. When he reduced the amount of hotkeys and control groups he used by 50%, he actually became better. Why did he actually become better? Because his brain was focusing on to use everything at the same time. If you don't let your brain to breathe, to get an idea of what actually he should do, you will overwhelmed by the information and what you need to do. Which what is it causing? It causing to slow you down, and that actually happening with a lot of players as well on low league. And I think if you are getting a coaching by use as many hotkeys or control groups as you can, that's the biggest mistake. Those only applies to people who are conqueror or conqueror, I don't know, like Conqueror 1, 2, 3, or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But if you are under Conqueror, the less hotkeys and control groups you use is the better for you. But people doesn't realize they are getting miscoached as well, and they are getting overwhelmed, which is like everything are psychological and emotional rail or train, we can say that. And because you are overwhelmed with emotions and thinking and everything, you will actually ruin your whole micro macro. You are not watching what's happening on the map, and that's causing you to lose actually. And many people suffering in this, not saying disorder, but suffering in this problem. So let's see what happens. See, that's a huge mistake. He was not watching his Chevalier Confer, and he just lost both of them. Chevalier Confer is insanely bad against Mangudai. Spamming only archers are the key factor to beat the Mangudai. If the enemy makes Kashik, then I think Chevalier Confer is a good pick. Or if you want to be aggressive, then Chevalier Confer is a really, really good pick. But having a lot of archers and towers on the key resources is a mandatory. I'm not saying that making Chevalier Confer is a bad idea, but you need to have a lot of them, and archers need to be around them immediately. So he is getting countered because the tower is insanely bad positioned. It's not close to the deer, it's behind of the mill as well, behind of everything. So the tower will not do anything. Also, he could have get a little bit stone to upgrade it into arrow slit, so it has more range and it will actually attack the Mongol player. This Mongol player went with Silver 3. He didn't even make a single trader. So Deerstone would be better for the Khan Hunter. So he doesn't have Khan Hunter. He has a Silver 3 that he is not even using. So the suggestion for the Mongol player is actually go just Deerstone, not the Silver 3 if you are not making traders. Because making traders, you can do that with a normal market. Look, like that's even all. Like, even if you are saying, well, I'm baiting that I'm going to trade, you can do the same with the market. You can just build a market and do the baiting with it. Well, the Deerstone, you can pack up the Deerstone, you can put the Deerstone here and get the extra movement speed for all of your unit. And also have the extra range. Well, the Aoe4 Sanctuary. Now, that's another huge mistake, because you will get denied very, very sure. And very, very soon. The first ramps are done. Even though the Mongol player was behind Villager, because he forgot to make Villager. The Knight Templar player is behind Villager because you can't make Villagers during the age up. And you can't make Villagers while you are upgrading, right? So you are losing out like 2 minutes of Villager making. Not enough unit, and the Knight Templar player has a lot of food. Looks like he tried to do some greedy age up, which does not work against an aggressive Mongol. You can't just bank up almost 2000 food and just make a prayer that you will not get attacked. Like, you already know the Mongol has Mangudai, and you need to keep scouting. He lost the scout, he was not scouting, he didn't see the Mongol players actively coming. Because he was keep making units and units. Also, when you have sheep, collect that first, because collecting berries are insanely slow. That's the worst resource that you can get to. Also, is using the ring the town, but you don't need to use that. You just click on the villager and press G. Well, if it's on G, but for me it's G. It's seek shelter, and they will seek shelter. You don't use the town bell. It just literally ruins your whole economy. Now just going outside without like a good amount of unit, losing everything one by one, losing the chevalier, and getting all in. Like this game went wrong on all when the Knight Templar decided to go H3, not making units at all. So this is the huge difference between making units and greeding up to the next stage. Either making units or greeding. Greed can be easily punishable by aggression. And Mongol can do aggression because they even have Kashik to deal with the Men-at-Arm or heavy units. Heavy cavalry units. And people will try to all-in you because as Knight Templar you only have one landmark. The game is over because the amount of villagers got killed. You can see. 12 villager, 44 to 31. But the question is, was the Mongol... Okay, the Mongol players keep making villagers out of wood, out of gold, and out of food now. He's making another push, which is, I think that's the correct move. He should do that. And push the Templar player back to his base. And destroy the TC. Like again, even though a Mongol player lost his army, he didn't lose his villagers, so his economy was flowing, right? He had a zero problem with the economy, while the 9th Templar already lost 12 villager, so he's insanely behind. And there's the push from the Mongol player, and it will actually finish it off. So again, what's happening in the background? He could have built a few stable to make Keshiks. He has only 2 production building and making a lot of units inside of them. He is not actively but actively kind of using the stone, but of course the uwu ran out, so he can't use it anymore. He should replace the uwu. Now another push comes to the TC, and there is just not enough unit to make sure the TC will not suffer a lot of damage. Again, the spearman is on the knights. He's trying to focus out with the archer, but it's just not enough. Villagers are trying to torch down. And at the same time, he is not really macroing. Oh, he's macroing in the back. That's good. So the Mongol player a little bit woke up, even though his wood is not correct. Because he's like long distance collecting. So what did we learn? You need to actively scout. You should not greed. Only greed if you are sure that you will not get all in. If you are not getting all in, you can go greedy. There is no problem with like going full greed. But if you are not actively scouting your opponent, this will easily happen in one of your games. And GG. So that's all the mistakes, and that's what the gold players doing as a mistake. And don't go up with the landmark that you are actually not even using.